Hello everyone. Through this video, we'll discuss the cells of immune system, which is included in the CC10 of semester 3 syllabus. So immune system is a unique arrangement of different cells, tissues and organs working together as a defense against infection and disease. And it is classified into two types, that is innate or inborn immune system, or adaptive or the acquired immune system. So all the cells of the immune system developed from a bone marrow's hematopoietic stem cells that later differentiate into myeloid and the lymphoid progenitors. So cells of immune system include lymphocyte, which further include the T, B lymphocytes and NK cells, natural killer cells, phagocytic cells, granulocyte cells, and the dendritic cells. So first, we will see the lymphocytes. In this, the T lymphocytes, it is differentiated into cytotoxic T cells, and it's germinate in the thymus and kills contaminated or infected cells. Regulatory T cells kills or the T lymphocytes or stick or switch them off. The other one is the helper T lymphocyte cells, and it is helping other T cells and the B cells to work. And the next one is the B lymphocytes or the bone marrow. These lymphocytes emerge and divide into plasma cells, which is effect develop into immunoglobulins, and it is further classified into plasma cells and immunoglobulins. So NK cells. NK cells are produced from the bone marrow and are found in the bloodstream and tissues in reasonably low quantities. And these are cytotoxic T cells that have small granules and the perforates and granulozymes and destroy infected cells and cancer cells rapidly. Phagocytic cells. It includes monocytes, which are the mononuclear phagocytic cells located in the bloodstream that, when moving to tissues, transforms into a macrophage. So, monocyte transformed into the macrophage. So function of monocyte includes it helps in the antigen processing and presentation, that is APC, antigen presenting cells, releasing cytokines, specialized function in tissue, toxicity. The next one is the macrophages, which initially called as the monocyte, and it processes cells debris, pathogen and cancer cells. This involved in own healing, tissue regeneration and the pro-inflammatory activities. So cells in larger 5 to 10 folds. There is an important note here. This is lungs, called as the alveolar macrophages. In the connective tissue, the macrophages is also known as the histocytes. In the liver, Kupffer cells, kidney, the mesenglial cells, brain, microglial cells, and the bone known as osteoclast. Function of macrophages, that is phagocytosis, antigen presenting cells, secretion of lymphokines to activates inflammatory response, and the secretion of granulocytes, monocytes colonnade, that is also known as the GMC. Granulocytes include neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. So neutrophils have a multi-lobe nuclei, and it remains for 7 to 8 hours in blood and then migrates to tissues, also known as polymorphic nuclear leukocyte. The eosinophils, also known as the acidophil, are stained by the acidic dyes eosine, and they are phagocytic and motile, migrate from cells to tissue space. Function of acidophil, also known as eosinophil, contain various hydrolytic enzyme that kills parasite, which is too large to be phagocytosed by neutrophils. Basophils have bilobe nucleus and a histamine-rich granules and involve inflammatory responses. These are non-phagocytic cells. This is important. The acidophils and the neutrophils all are the phagocytic cells, but the basophils are non-phagocytic cells found in the least number in blood and tissues. Mast cells, these precursors are formed in bone marrow and released into blood in an undifferentiated state until they reach RAS-G tissues. They secrete heparin, histamine, and other factors. Next one is the dendritic cells. They have the long cytoplasmic extrusion that resembles to dendritic of nerve cells. They have highly pleomorphic with a small central body and many long needle-like processes. The function of dendritic cell involve an antigen presentation to T cells during the primary immune response. It has a very little role in the phagocytosis. So these are the structure of the lymphocyte, include T cell, B cell, the NK cell, natural killer cells. Phagocytic cells include monocytes, which ultimately forms the macrophages. Granulocyte cells include neutrophil, eosinophil, basophils, and the mast cells, and the dendritic cells. Here it is a classification of hematopoietic stem cells, which is further classified into lymphoid progenitor and the myeloid progenitor. The lymphoid progenitor include T, B lymphocytes and the NK cells, while the myeloid progenitor include the megakaryocyte, mast cells, RBC, and myeloblast. Myeloblasts include monocyte, basophil, eosinophil, and neutrophils. So all about this. Thank you.